Hi! Welcome to this part of my guide and review featuring the FlexTale Solo Adventuring Toolkit. If you haven't seen the other parts of my guide and review, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the pace of plots and quests. Whereas agency dictates how soon you must begin to make progress on a quest, pace describes how rapidly you must complete it. The same basic elements of a quest can represent a vastly different experience, depending on how rapidly events transpire. The speed at which elements of a plot unravel is referred to as its pace or its pacing. A chase quest is a perfect example of the difference. Consider a simple chase quest where you are pursuing a single person. If the pace of the quest is set to breakneck, it might be a horseback race, whipping among trees in a dense and dangerous forest. If that same exact quest were instead set to passive, it might be through city streets to see where the culprit is going. Some plot templates allow you to build different versions of the same structure with different pacing. Such templates will have a table allowing you to randomize the result. As a default starting point of randomization, you can use the table included here as a general tool for any sort of pace related to any sort of quest. So you could end up with results such as breakneck, urgent, medium, passive, optional. In this subsection of the book, I am not completely satisfied with the examples. They are mostly based on game sessions. For example, if it's breakneck pace, you have until the end of the current gaming session to resolve the quest, or it is failed automatically. If it's urgent, you have until the end of the next gaming session to complete the quest, or else it fails by default, and so forth. Some other pacing results will require a random number even of gaming sessions to complete, but they do not give you situational examples just like the one involving the race while riding a horse or moving somewhat stealthily across the streets of a city. Those are better examples in my opinion. There is also the optional result, when there is no ticking clock whatsoever on optional quests. That is, they never fail automatically because of timing, and you can take your time in completing them. This affects, of course, rewards, additional mechanics related to the quest or perhaps to the game system that you are using, clue targets, impacts, and consequences. Because some milestones could have positive or negative results or effects upon completing a quest in a specific pace. So when it comes to pace, I think that it is vital when setting the mood for a solo session and even your conventional or traditional RPG session. It's very different to carry out a quest or a task or anything if you are playing a weird horror game in the style of Lovecraft, of course, when compared to a sci-fi game. Perhaps in the weird horror game, you have to pore through various tomes in a library. If you have an urgent pace, it's going to be much faster than a medium one, of course. There's going to be this sense of urgency. Perhaps the character is going to work tirelessly to find out some clue on how to defeat some cosmic horror. But maybe you can take your time, maybe there is no rush. And when compared to a sci-fi role-playing game, perhaps you are a bounty hunter and you obtain the breakneck result, and now you need to chase your quarry, a criminal or something, using the fastest hoverbike that you can find. Or perhaps you obtain the passive result, and maybe you need to chase down the criminal into an abandoned military base, but there are some mines, some defense mechanisms or systems that are still operating even to this day. Even though that site has been abandoned, there are still many hazards and dangers, and who knows what sorts of creatures have moved into the base since that time when it was operational. So now, as a bounty hunter, you need to take your time, being careful of not stepping on any mines, avoiding perhaps some automated cannons, some alarm systems. You could even alert the target, the prey, of your presence if you make a mistake. So using the pace results in this subsection of the book is going to be quite fun to enhance the mood and potentially the theme of a particular quest or storyline, or rather plotline within the campaign. And you can use the page results as specifically or as general or universal, as required by the story. Perhaps you only want to apply the page results to a single encounter, to a single quest, to the entire adventure, or maybe you wanted to dictate the course of several scenarios or several adventures. It is all up to you. My personal recommendation would be to add these page results on a case-by-case basis, applying them to different quests as they appear, or perhaps related to results and twists that come about from the answers that you obtain from the generators in the Solo Adventuring Toolkit, or any other situation that organically unfolds because of the interpretation of the results. Then this page tool, or rather this page table, is going to be invaluable in my opinion. Thank you for watching this part of the guide and review. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that have been supporting the channel by sending drive-thru RPG gift certificates. If anyone else wants to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.